Welcome to the Mama's Fit YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to break down our postpartum return to lifting progression for the barbell deadlift. Hey, my name is Gina. I'm a perinatal fitness trainer and founder of Mama Stay Fit. So I wrote all of our postpartum return to fitness programs, our prenatal programs, our beyond postpartum fitness programs. But in this video, I want to break down how you can get back to a barbell deadlift. And this is a progression that we include within our postpartum return to fitness programming that takes about 5 to 6 weeks to make through. So it can be a bit of a patient process, but it is something that I firmly stand behind as being really effective in helping you get back to lifting without pelvic floor issues. This progression is something that we've developed after working for the past decade with in-person postpartum fitness clients, online postpartum fitness clients, in addition to navigating myself 4 times after giving birth. I am now about 2 years postpartum and I'm just now hitting lifetime PRs in the deadlift. So the heaviest that I've ever lifted in my entire life, I'm hitting now at 38 years old after 4 babies, thanks to the programming that I've created for Mama Stay Fit. So now let's break down how you can get back to it too if that is your fitness goal. In today's progression, we're going to start with breathing mechanics. So how are we going to manage pressure to better stabilize the spine in a supported position to start? We're then going to move through a few different movements where we're integrating more joint movement and then gradually adding more loading variations until we get back to the barbell movement. But there's a lot of little steps before we get back to that because we need to reintegrate how the core, how the pelvic floor are working together in addition to movement mechanics as we do that all at the same time. Starting with the breathing mechanics, we first need to learn how to inhale and to exhale in the right directions. So I have this band around my rib cage. I have a pillow underneath my hips just for my comfort. This is also going to help me find a slight tucked position. I have a ball between my thighs to increase inner thigh activation. And then my heels are pressing down into this elevated surface to increase hamstring activation. And I have greater than a 90-degree angle with my legs. So from here, I'm going to first think about inhale into the band. So I want to think inhale laterally and into the back of this band. So big inhale. And then exhale, I'm going to think drive my heels down into the bench without lifting my hips off the floor. I'm going to think squeeze the ball to increase inner thigh activation, what works really closely with your hamstring. I'm going to think lift in the front of my pelvic floor and then pull that belly button to spine as if I was trying to bring my rib and my pelvis closer together on the front. So that's a lot of little steps. So a big inhale into the back. And then exhale, drive the heels down, squeeze, lift in the front of the pelvic floor, belly to spine. So you can see that's already a lot of steps and nothing is moving other than my rib cage and my pelvic floor, and then a bit of activation through the chain. And so we want to learn how to inhale out and down and then exhale to lift up while increasing activation. And so you can start your workouts with this breathing pattern. So just inhaling and then exhale, just to prime the system before the workout. Next up, we're going to move to our supported hinge using an elevated surface to keep our knees where it's at. And you can use a band and you can use a block or you can use nothing. With the hinging motion, it can be a little bit more complicated than the squat, and so we want to relearn it within our body. So you'll start by standing right up against your elevated surface so that the feet are stacked underneath the heels, and feet are generally hip distance apart, so it's your general deadlift stance. From here, I'm going to think inhale to push the hips back, and the bench is keeping those knees stacked, and I'm thinking about bringing my chest towards the bench, and then exhale, I'm going to stand up. So inhale to think drive the hips back, chest towards the bench, and then exhale to stand up. Some of the issues that we sometimes see is the legs will stay super straight, Or if there isn't a bench, it'll end up being almost like this squatting motion that happens. So we want to think about there's a flashlight on our butt, and we're trying to shine the wall behind us as opposed to the floor below us, which would be more of that squat pattern. So really think butt shining the wall behind me when it comes to our hinges. Now we can integrate a bit of resistance for this banded good morning by placing the band around our body. So I essentially place it behind my neck and then each foot. So I form a triangle with the band. And then same setup against the bench. And then if you want more inner thigh activation, you can place that block between your thighs. So we're gonna think inhale to push those hips back. And then exhale, think lift up in the front of the pelvic floor. Pull belly to spine as you stand up. So inhales back. Eventually you can progress away from the bench using the same resistance, and you can play around with how thick the band is as well. The thicker the band, the harder this will be. And can you maintain that hinging pattern without the feedback of the bench? So inhales are going to be to push those hips back so we feel that stretch. Knees stay stacked so we still have that vertical shin position. And then exhale, we're going to think squeeze the block as we stand up and then get into that stacked position. So we don't want to be super thrusted here or like pushing our hips all the way forward either. We want to think like there's a string on our head and it's pulling us to the ceiling so we're really tall here. Next up, we need to learn how to integrate the lats, which are a key part of the deadlift motion. So we can have the same unloaded setup, but now we're gonna have a long band that we're gonna focus on pulling down to ourselves. So we're gonna think big inhales to reach forward, finding that same hinge, vertical position, hips come back, shining the wall behind me, reaching forward with the band, and then exhale, pull down as I stand up. So inhales to reach forward, and then exhale to pull down as I stand up. Alternatively, you can keep that band tension as you go up and down the same time, which will translate really well to weighted motions because we want the weight to stay close to us as opposed to shifting forward as we lower. Next up, we can begin to add some load with dumbbells. And dumbbells are nice because they can ride up and down the side of your body, which can help you to keep them better aligned to support your lower back. So we have the same setup. We're gonna think push the hips back as the shins stay vertical, and then the weights are essentially go straight up and down in a line. So they're not swinging forward. I'm gonna think lat activation, exhale to stand up. So inhale, pushing those hips back, and then exhale to lift in the pelvic floor as you stand up. You can also increase inner thigh activation by squeezing a block between your thighs. So we can think inhale to push those hips back, exhale, squeeze the block as you stand up, and this can help you to feel a little bit more connected with your deadlifts as well. Continuing our progression, we're now gonna make our way back to the actual barbell, but we're gonna do it from an elevated position. And now we have a few different options. You can either do a rack pull, where you have your barbell on an elevated surface, such as the safety straps, or from the J hooks in your power rack, or you can elevate it on several bumpers or blocks in addition. And so you can do that to bring the ground to you so there's not quite as much range of motion required with a deadlift, which is going to help you to relearn how to manage that pressure with a slightly heavier load. You also may find that still squeezing that block between your thighs as you do the barbell deadlift can feel much better for your activation, especially if you're feeling any heaviness within the pelvic floor. And if you are feeling heaviness, finding a slightly staggered stance where the left foot is a little bit further back and you sit a little bit more into that heel as you do your deadlifts can also help with any pelvic floor symptoms or heaviness that you may be feeling. This setup with the left foot back just changes the common tension within the pelvic floor, helping you to better stabilize. After we've done the elevated deadlift, we can then progress to bringing the bar closer to the floor with a moderate weight for you. So usually it's about like 40 to 60% of your 1 rep max, but it'll vary based on where you are in your fitness timeline. Then we can continue to progress the deadlift by increasing the amount of weight that we do and playing around with what weight feels best for us and keeps us asymptomatic. However, a big shift that is going to happen with the barbell movements that you may not have with the dumbbell or the banded exercises is your breathing strategy does need to shift at this point. So before we were doing inhale to lower, exhale to stand up, and so we were breathing with the actual movement. As we begin to get heavier, we have to inhale and hold our breath to maintain that pressure, which helps to stabilize our spine, and then exhale at some point with the exertion. So it'll be a slightly more advanced breathing strategy. So we're gonna think inhale at the top, hold the breath. So we've increased into the back, into the sides. We have increased pressure and bracing within the abdominal cavity. It's not necessarily going down into the pelvic floor though. We're thinking the inhale is into the back. I'm gonna hold that breath as I lower down, and then at some point on the ascent, I'm going to exhale to come on up. So it'll be and so a breath holding strategy is going to be more appropriate as we start lifting heavier with the barbell. But if holding your breath while you are lifting is causing symptoms for you, we may need to take a few steps back with the progression to come to a point where we're asymptomatic to continue to reintegrate the pelvic floor and the rest of the core with the movement. Because we have to remember, it's not just muscular healing and rebuilding in the postpartum. We also have passive structures that are still healing and may take a little bit more time than the actual muscle takes to heal. And so you maybe feel physically strong enough to do the movements, but if we're still feeling pretty symptomatic, the passive structures may still be trying to rebuild, which is going to happen with the lifting, but we need to come to a point where we don't feel discomfort. So that will bring you all the way back to the deadlift. And remember, it is a very patient process. It takes time to get back to this point. Some of our clients don't quite feel ready to really push the weights and get heavier with the movements until like 6 to 8 months postpartum at the earliest. I'm 2 years postpartum, and I am just now at the point where I'm hitting my lifetime PRs, and it took a long time to get to this point. And so postpartum is a really great opportunity to start fresh with a blank state and help you overcome a lot of movement compensations that you may have had pre-kids. And so our athletes postpartum find that they're lifting heavier, they're running faster, and they're doing all of that without the same aches and pains that they had pre-kids because they took their time to really reset their movement patterns after giving birth. And so if you would like us to walk you through this progression with our fitness programs, to include progressions back to the squat, bench press, hip thrust, overhead press, bent over row, running, check out our online postpartum fitness programs. Our fitness programs are to incorporate not just the lifting motions, but also all of the rehab for your core and for your pelvic floor, in addition to all of the accessory work to help to support all of those little muscles so you can literally be pain-free as you navigate your fitness journey in motherhood. You can check out all of our fitness programs on our website at mamastayfit.com and use code YouTube10 to get 10% off any of the online programs that we offer, to include pregnancy, postpartum, and our Beyond Postpartum program for folks that are more than 6 months postpartum and feel ready to take their workouts to the next level, which is the program that I am currently doing. So check them all out on our website at mamastayfit.com/fitness-programs, and we would love to support you. But if you have a movement that you're trying to figure out how to get back to after giving birth, comment them down below because I want to help you figure it out or direct you to a program that already does it for you. So thanks so much for joining me, and we will see you next week.